This video is going to describe how to change additional properties in a form. What I'd like you to do is, what I want to do is show you how this form is set up. First of all, when we open up this form, I'm going to switch back to Design View, click in a different control, and then open up Form View. You notice that Employee ID text box is the first text box that is highlighted. That means that has the focus, that the minute you switch to Form View, it focuses on that first text box. We don't want that. We don't want somebody to change the employee ID. So we're going to not have that enabled as a data entry, and we're going to change the border style. If I press Tab, you can see that I'm jumping all over the current form. So we're going to change the form or the tab order. When I come into my specialized text box, you can see I have a vertical scroll bar, even though I see all the information in that. And if I click in the About Me text box, and I come down to the second record, you can see it's too small to see all the data. So we're going to change that. Now, to start with, I'm going to go to Design View. So let's first change the employee number text box. What we want to do is I want to click on my property sheet on my data tab, and instead of having it data enabled, we're going to say no, and I'm going to choose my format, and I'm coming down to border style to say transparent. I'm going to click Form View to show you the difference. So now notice my focus goes to the next tab order text box, last name, and this information, my employee ID, is no longer accessible for data entry. Notice when I come here into my specialized, I have a scroll bar. I want to remove that. So go down to Design View, click on your specialties text box, come down to scroll bar and choose None. Now when I go back to Form View and I click in this text in that particular text box, the scroll bar is gone. I do not want someone to select a record. So you see the record selector here, we want to remove that. Go back to Design View. On our selection type, we want to select the form. And in our record selector, record selectors property, which, let's see where we can find that. Record selector property, record selector property. I found it in all. Instead of saying yes, we're going to say no. I'm come down to Form View. Notice we no longer have any record selector. Okay. Next, we want to change the size of the About text box. So I'm just going to click on the text box and come over to Format. I'm going to change the height to 1 inch. Okay. I'll go ahead and close the property sheet. Okay, now the last thing we want to do is go ahead and change the tab order. So I'm going to come over to my design ribbon here and click on tab order. Now, I want to select my multilingual control here, select that, and I'm going to click, hold, and drag it above first name. I want to click the Select Last Name control and drag that below first name. And now, so it's going to go to my multilingual first, then first name, last name, date, hired phone, and so forth. Okay? I'll go ahead and click OK. I'll go ahead and save the form, open up my Form View, and now notice my focus goes to multilingual. If I press Tab, it goes to first name, last name, and so forth. Okay? And that is how you change the tabs. Order, and that's other properties.